My Story, the only show that enables women to share their own secrets,
Oh no! Wait a
insights.
second. You got to wait for the music and for me here. All right, hang on.
That was very good, though.
That was
Just
good.
watch here. Yeah, all right. Hang on. Welcome to My Jane, My Story, the only show that enables women to share their own secrets and insights to wellness, one story at a time. And welcome, Elaine Blanchette from My Jane. You've got some special people with you today here. Who have you got?
Yes, absolutely. We have Kim Wellen and Leanne Anderson with us. And as you know, Paul, our mission is to unite and empower women through community education and exploration of cannabis solutions to address our biggest health concerns like sleep, pain, stress, and of course, relaxation. There is so much overwhelming information out there, and we decided that we needed to come together and share stories by creating My Jane, My Story. This is a place to talk about real life experiences so we can be better and do better by helping one another. Every journey is unique, every path is special, and we are extremely grateful to have our guest here to share with all of us. This is a non judgmental space where every question is necessary and to learn and shift our perspective on this plant. Today, we have a house full of lovely ladies, sorry, Paul, and some very special ladies. We have, first of all, Kim Wellen, co founder and CEO of Mantra Mask, one of the most successful stories of product penetration, both in the skin and on the market. Kim, who had years of experience in the cosmetic industry, began her journey in the CBD industry just a few years ago, and she will share her story and why her product became so popular. Our second lovely lady, Leanne Anderson, is co founder and CMO of Capsoon, a company dedicated to health and education. Capsoon supports the cannabis lifestyle with online learning, monthly group events, on site presentation, a carefully curated product line, and the Capsoon seal of approval, just like My Jane has the seal of approval. But above all, sorry, Leanne is our special guest host today. That's the first on our My Jane, My Story to have both a guest and a guest host. I now leave it to you, Leanne, to continue this conversation with Kim.
Wonderful. Thank you, Helene. Thank you for having me. This is so exciting to be on My Jane and to have Kim here as well. I'm excited to get to know more of your story, Kim, and thank you for doing this with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. I have been obsessed with My Jane for so long. It was introduced to me about a year ago, and I've been following, listening to the podcast. So to be actually on your podcast is like, it's such an honor today. So thank you for having me. And thank you for hosting, Leanne.
Yeah, you and me both, Kim. I've been a huge fan of My Jane for so long that it's exciting to be a co-host and interviewing you as well.
Yeah.
So, Kim, tell us your journey. How did you get into the beauty and skincare aspect of what you do, and what made you decide to then add CBD? Was it from the beginning that you wanted to add CBD? Tell us a little bit about that background and how mantra
Yeah, sure.
transformed.
So I graduated from college with a nutrition background. So I've always been into health wellness. Then from there, I went and worked for Abbott Pharmaceuticals. And I was there for 12 years, but the entire time I was there, like I was missing something. I've always had a passion in skincare. So while I was there, I would always see other reps out in the field and think, oh my gosh, that is me. Like, I want to be there. So I ended up leaving there after 12 years. And I was fortunate enough to meet Dr. Hal Simmeroth through a friend of mine. And he just so happened to be looking for a lab assistant at the time. So even though I had never worked in a lab, he completely trained me to do everything for him. So I've been making his products, doing all of his R&D for the last 12 years. And after that, I decided, I'm like, you know what? Like, I am feeling like I need to do something on my own. I learned so much from working there, like all the pros and cons and what worked and what didn't, that I had so much going on in my mind that I just wanted to create a product that I couldn't find. I could not find a product out there that was a spa treatment at home. So I decided to ask Hal to create one for me. And I kind of started the journey with my daughter, who at the time was 16. And as you know, as 16-year-old, the biggest trend is sheet masks, because we were trying to figure out what exactly it was we wanted to do. And so there are so many sheet masks, and they're like $1 at the store, and you go to Target and it would break out their face. And we just could not find one that worked on everybody. So between her and I, we decided that this was what we wanted to do. So we started our journey, and she actually chose the name Mantra Mask because we truly feel that beauty starts from within. And we wanted a positive affirmation. We wanted you to always feel good about yourself no matter what. And if you ever walked into my house, you would see why. Like, she is an artist, and we have quotes all over my house. So I don't know if on all my packaging, every package has a certain like inspirational quote. So we kind of are trying to bring all of what we have inside of us to everybody else.
That is amazing. And I have my mask here with my mantra as well. And I love that, that feel of beauty from the inside out. It's so true. So I did my face mask this morning, and it was incredible. It's such a game changer. We're all at home now, in our shelter in place. And
Yes.
I haven't been able to go get my facial or anything like that. So this really came in handy. And I started looking at your ingredients, all the ingredients just in this little package.
Yes.
And I was so impressed, Kim, on, kind of what the thought that's gone into these masks and the various ingredients that you have. So I wanted to ask, how is that journey been to finding those ingredients and putting it in? And then, with the hemp CBD specifically, have you had to do education, demystifying a little bit about what this is? Questions like, is it going to make me high? Am I going to feel weird? Maybe you could share a little bit about that and the specific CBD you use that has zero psychoactive, kind of results or.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm fortunate enough to have a doctor who has formulated all of these for me. So I personally haven't had to put much thought of the ingredients in, because he is a scientist and knows every ingredient out there. So when I went to him, I just said, what, I want mine to be the best out there. So he researched, and all of our masks have anywhere between 20 to 30 different ingredients that are all unique to each mask. And so each mask, like for our basically all of our masks start with an aloe, because an aloe base is going to be a lot more moisturizing than a water base, which is what most sheet masks are made of. So then from there, all of our masks have MSM in it, which is a carrier, along with propanediol. It's like propanediol is a beetroot, or Vegemoist is a beetroot, sorry. So all of them have 3 things in there that are carriers for the CBD. If you just, because he's a scientist, but if you just add CBD to water, it's not going to absorb into your skin at all. You've got to have the carriers, which is where the scientist background in him comes out. So the 3 ingredients that are the carriers are the Vegemoist, which is a beetroot, the MSM, and a propanediol. And all 3 of those together are in all of our masks, and they are all the carriers. And what it does is it helps absorb into the skin, and there is no psychoactive effects at all. There's no THC. You're not going to get high. CBD has been known to help with chronic pain and relaxation, which is one reason why we wanted to put them into the mask, was to help people when they put them on, just to get that relaxation effect. Yeah. CBD has also been shown as an anti-inflammatory. And it also has been shown to help reduce acne by decreasing the excessive oil production in your skin. It also it has been studied, but we cannot say, but it has been shown to help with paralysis and eczema and so many different skin conditions that we don't even know all the benefits of yet. So when we first started, we did not have CBD in our product. At that point, it was just too expensive to add. It would have put us out of the market and nobody would have been able to afford even our cost on it. So we started with non-CBD masks, and as time has gone by, the prices have dropped and we've been able to, meet connections throughout the industry. So that's kind of where we started.
Well, it's incredible. And I noticed in your masks, you have 30 milligrams of CBD, which is a really wonderful amount to have. I mean, most others are more in that sort of 10, 15%. So it's nice to see. And you really feel it, that relaxation, the anti-inflammatory, feeling very tingly and really good, really good experience. So I noticed that Mantra Mask is available in a lot of high-end spas and main stores nationwide. I know that you're, in a lot of different stores from, Urban Outfitters. You've gotten to be in just really mainstream stores. So how has that journey been? And do you find at that point there's a lot of education needed for the store reps or for those that are kind of selling the product or, to consumers?
Well, it's definitely hard to be able to educate all the reps, but I mean, all the staff, the sales associates, but whenever we're out and whenever our reps are out, we will go into the stores and hand out product for them to try, because once they try the product, it's super easy to sell. It basically sells itself. But if you've never tried it and you're trying to sell it and, compare it to other masks, you really can't. So that has been a challenge for us, and it has made it big in some of the stores, but some of the stores haven't. We're in Urban Outfitters, American Eagle, Anthropologie, all the Planet Beauties, Paper Source, and some of the stores, depending on the age groups of the stores, have definitely been more popular than the others.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But that's good. Once you try it,
Right.
give them a mask to try, and then it's an easy sell from there.
I think people are starting to be a lot more educated on the CBD, so they do their own research. And when they go, and a lot of people are able to look at the back of the ingredients and maybe hold the two together and say, "Whoa, look at these two."
Right.
And they are starting to become more educated, because we started with an isolate was the first CBD that we added to our first 5 masks. And our 2 new ones now have broad spectrum. And we chose broad spectrum because people are getting more educated, and in their minds, they're thinking that it's a lot better. So we decided that we were going to listen to the market. And because that was one of our number one requests from spas was like, okay, we want broad spectrum or full spectrum, or so people are starting to get more educated. So we've got to keep ourselves up with the times for sure.
That's great to hear, because that's what we do. I feel like day in and day out is through our Leaf Learnings and all our programs, is we really try and educate and demystify this amazing plant. This is plant medicine 101. There's so many great benefits. And I love that you have the broad spectrum, because then you're getting all the cannabinoids, or at least a portion of them. I always liken it to having, your olive oil and vinaigrette with your salad. You don't just want to have one without the other, or maybe you want to have a few different ingredients in that, and they all work really well to bring that final feeling or flavor to that. Kim, I must say, maybe I'm just sort of on that older side, but I didn't grow up with sheet masks. I do love the way that they feel and are on the skin, but why is a sheet mask better than a cream mask? Or, what's the main differences, I guess?
Well, sheet mask, I was the same way. I never grew up with sheet masks, but they probably in the last 10 years or so have really, really taken off. They're growing at about 800% a year, which is crazy. They were started in Korea, Japan, and they use them almost every day there. And so they've just finally in the last like year or two caught on here in the States, and you've probably seen that they are a lot more popular than they've ever been. But the basic difference is that when you put a sheet mask on, when you put a sheet mask on, it will absorb the water first. So it's left with all the concentrated ingredients that are going to be on your skin soaking for the next 30 minutes. Some people, we just had Dove Cameron, who I don't know if you know, she's like one of the Disney
Yes.
phenomenons. She bought one of our masks from Anthropologie, and she ended up doing this whole thing on it, and she says she sleeps with them. So
Oh
I can imagine, but
Oh,
maybe
her skin is
her
amazing.
skin is amazing.
That's worth a try.
She is beautiful. She is beautiful. But for those of you who haven't seen the sheet masks, I can pull one out for you right here really quick, just quickly, and show you what you do. Because they are all different, and ours were formulated specifically for our face. So it kind of just looks like this. And you just hold it up, put it on your face, relax I leave them on for 20, 30 minutes, watch TV, read my book, drink wine, like, and then rub all the excess all over.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, right? So when you take them off, you leave that on. You leave all those good ingredients and all that beautiful mix of
Yes.
CBD and ingredients to really keep absorbing into your skin.
Yes, you don't need to rinse your face after or anything. You just let everything absorb, put on makeup on top, whatever you need.
I love it. So what has it been like working with your daughter? I mean, that's such an incredible just journey of entrepreneurship and really sharing that with her. What is it like? I mean,
it has been so much fun. I get so emotional whenever I talk about it, especially because she's going away to college and leaving me. But she was the one who, she created my logo for me. She wanted to be a graphic designer when we first started business. So she helped me create my logo. We envisioned what the package was going to look like together. So she got on her iPad and, designed it. So she designed all of my packaging for me at 16. And I know she has just been and she's just such a good, she is just so emotional and so positive, everything. Like, we all strive to be like her. Like, she just is so positive. Whenever I get frustrated at work or, she's like, Mom, you got this, you can do it. And this has always been my cheerleader, which my whole family has, but to have her next to me be doing this. So she's going to be going to TCU in fall, and she changed her major to business so that she can really help. And because she's seen, the web design, she's seen social media, and it has changed her whole aspect of what she wants to do when she gets, when she graduates.
That's incredible. And she is an artist. I mean, to actually write calligraphy like that at 16, that's amazing. Amazing. So what advice would you give other female leaders wanting to come into this space, wanting to, whether it's a product or education or just even being an affiliate of, a program that's going on? What advice could you give? I'm sure it's a long list, but maybe just a few.
Well, I think my biggest advice is that you can never do this alone. It takes a village to be able to, have all these people by your side. And I am so fortunate to have an amazing PR group, Anderson PR. They are they're the ones who have taken Mantra where we are. When we started, I'm like, I have the best product, I don't know what to do. And they're like, oh gosh, okay, this is what you need to do. I've got great friends that have been out of the workforce for a really long time and looking to see what they want to do. And so I brought them on, and, we're learning social media together because we're all kind of the older generation, which, I had never even posted before we started Mantra. So, I've brought friends on. I've got friends that are helping me do all my Mantra cards. Every time you order something, you'll get a cute little Mantra card in your box. And we really take pride in all of that. So I've got friends that, same thing, that are trying to get back into the workforce. So it just takes a village and you need a lot of cheerleaders on your side. So my advice is do not start without a lot of cheerleaders, without your village, and without, you kind of have to start with, you know, being realistic too. I mean, running a company costs a lot of money, and we have been fortunate enough to grow organically and not, you know, we don't have investors or anything. We are still super small, but we look really big. So it
That's incredible. And that's really solid advice. And I think, you know, the journey that we're all on right now is there's going to be a lot of pivoting that happens. You know, there's going to be, out of this darkness will come light. And hopefully there will be some new products and new ventures and what have you. I think we have time for one last question, right, Helene? Is that, and okay, perfect. Really important, now that I'm totally hooked on these, where can we find them? Where can we learn more? How can we stay connected with you, Kim?
Yeah, please like follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram is Mantra Mask, Facebook. All of our new ads, like magazine ads and stuff, will all be there on Instagram, our website, any like any of the stores that we've mentioned.
And on myjane.com.
myjane.com, my favorite. And yeah, that's
From the comfort of your home, you can order it.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Kim. This has been phenomenal to learn more, and I appreciate you sharing.
Well, thank you, Kim. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you for tuning in to My Jane, My Story Radio. Join our My Jane community at myjane.com. You can also register for our virtual party that is going to happen in an hour and a half. So please go and join in. It's still time at myjane.com/virtual-party. And also Facebook, you can join our community on Facebook. We have educational resources. We have many podcasts to listen to. And you can definitely join our community of micro affiliate as well, and earn money from, you know, selling My Jane. And it's going to become your story. It is time to empower yourself. Thank you for joining.
Thanks for tuning in to My Jane, My Story. If you want to learn more, you can join the My Jane community at myjane.com. Get instant access to our Facebook group, Facebook community, educational resources, and updates on My Jane products and special events. And for personal attention right now, you can also pick up the phone and call 833-MY-JANE2. That's MYJANE2. And speak to your own wellness concierge, because it's time to own your wellness. Be well.